Hey, broker community. I am Katie Sweeney, EVP of Strategy here at AIME, and we are back with another weekly sales meeting. It is the fourth quarter. Things are getting absolutely insane. We're preparing for the busiest time of the year as far as our families are concerned, with the holidays coming up. It's very important that right now we stay focused, stay motivated, and stay positive. It can be really easy to get overwhelmed with everything that's coming up in the next few months. There's a lot of people that have already achieved their goals for this year. Now is not the time to get complacent. It's like going to the gym. You can't stop going once you've gotten in shape, or you're going to go backwards. So we have to keep up the pace that we're currently at, keep pushing forward, work to get better. Now is the time to get better so that you're prepared for next year, not the time to get complacent and to stop because you've already hit your goals for the year. Set new goals, keep moving forward. Let's push through the end of the year. It's the times like these where we start to claw back that market share and we push closer and closer to 20%. So stay focused, stay motivated, stay positive, keep a positive attitude. Don't get distracted by everything that's going on. Really stay in tune with your team, with your borrowers, and make sure to not forget about those families that you have at home because they are important as well. With that, it is, as we said, the fourth quarter. It is time to focus on your continuing education. It is very easy to wait until the last minute. It's easy to say, oh, I can do it later. I still have a couple of months left. No one wants to be doing CE in December, guys. Get it done now. Take advantage of the opportunity. We have a great discount with our Brokers Are Better partner Knowledge Coop. It's fun, it's easy, it's engaging, it's interesting. It actually makes CE something that you look forward to doing. So jump in there now, get it taken care of, chip away at it on the weekends, at night, when you can take a break for an hour or two after the kids are in bed. It's time to get that going so that you're not stuck trying to get it done at the end of the year in the middle of the holidays and a still very busy season with pipelines. It's only going to get worse as we get closer to the end of the year. You're only going to get busier. Get it done now so that you don't have to worry about it and it is taken care of. This week on our Broker to Broker podcast, we have Jamie Kavanaugh. So many of y'all know her, you love her. I do as well. She's a massive asset to the broker community. She's on with JP talking about using a CRM to create long-lasting referral relationships, making sure that you're staying in front of your customers and keeping up the pace with everything that's happening so that some of your communication is automated so that you don't fall behind. She's got all kinds of amazing insight. She's very active in our Brokers Are Better community. If you don't know her, she's out in Southern California. She's the COO of her company. She is absolutely incredible. We're so thankful to have her as a part of our group and as a guest on Broker to Broker with JP this week. As a reminder, you can find Broker to Broker anywhere that you can download a podcast. Spotify, Apple Music, it's everywhere. Go and take a look. There's almost 50 episodes. We're getting really close to hitting number 50. Check out Jamie. Go back and check out any of the podcasts you haven't had a chance to listen to yet. It's a great thing to keep in your back pocket when you're traveling on the weekends, watching a kid's soccer game, with everybody back in and activities kicking back up again. Have those podcasts on your phone ready to listen to whenever you have a few minutes. Another friendly reminder, the refi fee. Nobody's happy about it, but it is coming. So as a reminder, it's already being implemented at some lenders. It's coming very soon for others. If you aren't fully aware of what's happening, it's an LLPA. It's a 50 basis point hit on every refi. It's important to remember this is being instituted by the FHFA, not lenders. However, lenders are obviously adjusting. They're implementing it, finding ways to pivot themselves to compensate for what they are now being charged back. So we're posting a full guide in our Brokers Are Better Facebook group immediately following the sales meeting. It'll be up this afternoon. We're consolidating when this fee is going to apply for different lenders. A lot of your go-to lenders have different dates where you're going to start to see it, dates that you need to lock your refis by so that you don't have this fee implemented into pricing. So take a peek at that guide. It's going to list all of your favorites, all of your go-tos, all of our lender partners that are going to be in there that we've been able to get this information from on what their plan is and when it's being instituted. Val is going to be posting that, so take a look. That way you don't have to go out and gather it yourself, and make sure to put it on your calendar so that you remember and you don't get surprised later with something that you need to go back and explain to a consumer that wasn't expecting it. We also have a marketing webinar coming up very soon. It is talking about how to run Facebook ads. It's another way to stay in front of your customers. It's something that not a ton of people know how to do, and even fewer people know how to do it well. We've got some great partners that will do this for you. They're giving us tips on the best way to run Facebook ad campaigns yourself if you're interested in doing it. So we're pulling information from all of the experts talking about targeting your campaigns, optimizing your campaigns, really understanding the best way to run those effectively. More information to come on that soon, but definitely be sure to register and check out our marketing webinar. It's free for AIME members, so everybody has access to it. We're going to be talking about some really great stuff that you can institute immediately that day. That's our plan for the rest of the year. Everything we do, we want to have actionable takeaways that you can implement the same day that you view the content. So we're starting with how to run Facebook ads. That's all we have from Philly today. We're going to kick it over to Rene.
Hey, everyone. Okay, we are now just starting the fourth quarter. Now, this fourth quarter is a stretch of 3 months that a lot of people can say, and in past history will say, that these 3 months can be some of the toughest in your industry. And so what I want you to think about right now is that if we know that this is going to be some tough times, and let's put this in perspective. When we say tough times, it's going to be a little slower than what it was before. But we do know that the winter time is coming around the corner. And we know that it's been that way since we can remember, since documented history, and that we know that it's going to happen over and over and over again. And we know that in sales, typically, that this is something that slows down. And so if we know and we can predict, if you guys remember one of our sales meetings, we talked about the 3 Ps, predict, preempt, prevent. Well, if we can predict that winter's coming, then we should probably have a plan in place to preempt the challenges of winter in order to prevent it. And so what I want you to think about is, what is your plan to win in the winter? And I want you to write this down somewhere, the W-I-N in capital letters and then T-E-R, winter. That starts to get your mindset around the fact that, you know what, maybe right now isn't the time to slow down. This isn't the time to lower the pace. In fact, this might be the time to double your activity. If you know that things might slow down, then right now is the time to increase the level of activity so that when things typically slow down, your activity made up for that difference. And so you need a plan to win in the winter. And so as we enter this fourth quarter, it all begins with your mindset. How many times have you seen that funny video on YouTube where people celebrate just a little bit too early, only to have that person that worked harder the entire time surpass them right at the last minute? If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and look at celebrations that happen a little too early, and you're going to be reminded of just what happens when we celebrate too early. So in this fourth quarter, we need to get focused on 2 critical words. Now, these are words that I have talked to my children about since they were kids. This is something I talk to all my salespeople, any one of my clients, and I'm talking to you about this. And it's the 2 words of finishing strong. Just think about how important that is. Senior year, we tend to coast in our senior year. Fourth quarter, we seem to have a lead. We tend to just kind of coast through that. How many times when we're finishing kind of the end, we just kind of coast our way to the end? But there's something that champions do, that superstars, the most successful people do, is they always finish strong. Right when the end is coming, they kick it into that high gear, that incremental income, the incremental sales, the incremental phone calls, the incremental energy, growth, investment, whatever it is that it means to you. That's when they ratchet things up. So we're at that fourth quarter, and you got to ask yourself, are you beginning to slow down? Are you losing focus? Or is this the time that maybe, while everyone else is starting to slow down, that you can now start to speed up? Think about it. Wintertime is typically the time that people hibernate. And as the great Jim Rohn said, what a great time to grow while others are sleeping. I got to tell you, it's never been easier to stand out. This industry is thirsty and it's hungry for people that work hard and that service, call their clients back, and all of the things that require us to step up our game. And so I want to leave you with this, because right now you're watching this, you're busy, you got clients to call, and so we want to get you back to that. But again, what is your plan to win in the winter? And I'm going to give you a secret. It means doubling, tripling, increasing your activity in some way to make up in the difference that we already know is going to happen. So what's your plan to win in the winter and making sure that we finish strong? So if you got to deliver that message to your team, maybe you got to deliver that message right in the mirror and look at that person. But I invite you to put up winter and finish strong everywhere visible so you can stay focused and continue this amazing opportunity that we've all been given. So I want to see you again here next week on the weekly sales meeting. Back to you, Philly.
Thanks, Rene, and thanks, Katie. Love both of your guys' takes on everything. A lot of exciting things going on. So just want to thank everyone for joining me today. My name is Marc Summers. I'm the president of AIME, and I want to welcome you to our weekly sales meeting. So obviously, Katie and Rene have already touched on a few things, and I always try to bring in a perspective here of, coming from the broker, as I am a broker owner, still writing loans as we speak, still on the phone all the time with realtors and clients. And listen, it's a great time to be a loan originator. Let's be honest here. Now you throw in the fact that we're brokers and we have all this technology and tools available to us. It's a great time to be an independent loan originator. So let's start talking about motivation here. I could talk about motivation all day long because I think it's a key component in everything we do. So right now, listen, we're in a little bit of a gold rush right here, and we all know this. So it's essential to stay motivated. And I'll give you some tips afterwards of what I do. But listen, at the end of the day, we're building a book of business, not just for now, but for the future. The economy pretty much is in a good spot right now. Everyone's kind of going back to work a little bit more. And for those people that are not, my heart goes out to them. But we are in a really good building phase of your business that's going to help you sustain your business for a long time from here. So you got to stay motivated. Some things, maybe if if you react better to negative, then, punish yourself in certain ways. Or if you're really positive and more positive like me, I try to reward myself at all times, just to stay motivated, because listen, the motivation that we have right now is going to take us for many, many more years to come. And it's going to do what our mission is, which is gain more market share. So I want everyone to stay motivated. And then also, let's talk about staying positive. Listen, I'm a positive person. There's people that are glasses half empty and glasses half full. I'm a glass half full type of guy here. So I know we're getting beat up right now by maybe some underwriters who aren't getting your files, realtors, referral sources, whatever the case may be. Listen, at the end of the day, stay positive with it. Turn a positive light on it. If you go to negative town, this job is really, really hard. And this job already is hard enough as it is, but it's really rewarding here because I want everyone to step back and think about what we actually do here. And when you step back and think about that, it's great. We are actually changing people's lives. And we have to understand that. We are putting people in homes that they never thought they could get, or, putting roofs over their kids' heads because they're in a tough time. You're paying off debt for them. We all know the situations, and that's what we have to focus on right here. We're just not originators who fill out 1003s and get conditions cleared and whatnot. Listen, we change people's lives. So stay positive. And one of the ways I always try to stay positive is, listen, some of us stay up at night. We're worried about files the next day. Listen, and me and JP Hussey talked about this a long time ago. It's just like, hey, get the bad stuff out of the way in the morning. So if you have to make some bad calls in the morning, because listen, sometimes they're bad, go ahead and make those calls in the morning first, just to get it out of the way. If you loom on those calls for a long time and then you make them at the end of the day, your whole day was shot right there, instead of being positive about things. So get the bad stuff out of the way, have a positive day the rest of the day. And listen, sometimes those bad calls we have to make are not so bad. We've all gone into those. And then you come out thinking, I just need to stay positive. So I want everyone to stay positive right now. It's just going to make our industry better as well. Okay. So now we really need to stay focused here. Okay. There was an article that came out. It said mortgage brokers are over 100,000 strong. And it's going to be my job to get them to become all AIME members. So we're over 100,000 strong here, and it's crunch time. We got the 50 basis points either hitting or already hitting. We know it's coming. So it's crunch time. We have to show clients why we're the best to go to. So listen, we're making a difference. We're moving forward. And we just have to stay focused right now. So whatever it is that you have to do, stay focused, stay motivated, stay positive. So here's a couple of my tips that I use. And as I always go into these meetings, I always think, if I can give one nugget to my fellow community and they take it and work with it, then great, I did my job here. So hopefully you take something away from this. So these are kind of my 3 tips, which is this, is 1, set daily obtainable goals. And I'm gonna say it again, set daily obtainable goals. Don't just set goals, because some of our goals are so high, that if you don't hit them for the day, you may go to negative town, and we don't want that, okay? So set daily obtainable goals, and if you have to reward yourself, that's my second tip. Reward yourself. You may have to call 5 realtors in a day, clear however many files, whatever your goals are, and then reward yourself. I always reward myself, and it could be something simple, like, okay, working out, taking a walk with my wife, playing catch with my sons, anything that's going to reward yourself. I highly recommend doing that. So that's my second tip. And number 3, and this one is big, especially with social media. And listen, let's be honest here. There's a lot of crap on social media right now. A lot of things that steer us away from us trying to stay motivated, positive, and focused. But there is some nuggets in there. So what I do on my social media is I follow people who are going to motivate me, okay? And it could be a completely different industry. One person I use a ton is David Goggins whenever he posts, and I go back and rewatch his posts because they're great. They're phenomenal. It makes you feel like $1 million. It makes you feel like you can conquer the world. So those are my 3 tips, which is 1, set obtainable goals. 2, reward yourself. I'm all for it. And 3, find someone, and I find my person on social media a lot, that's going to motivate you. So listen, we're all here to stay motivated, positive, and stay focused. So we're going to crush it for the rest of the year. I'm sure most of you guys have already hit your goals and surpassed them. Keep going, because guess what? Your next year is going to be better. I promise you that your next year is going to be better. And we have to continue to move forward, do what our mission is, which is help consumers first. We help consumers all the time, and that's our main goal. And that's what separates us from those big retail mega center call centers, all that stuff that I don't agree with. So listen, at the end of the day, I want to thank everyone for joining our weekly sales meeting. I want to thank Rene, Katie, the whole AIME staff for helping us put these together. Listen, I know you're going to have a great rest of the week. Keep crushing it. Keep taking applications. Keep closing loans. Keep changing people's lives. I'm Marc Summers. I'm the president of AIME, and want to say thank you for joining us.